and the omnibus. So I was forced into the Archers when I was a child. And look, it's come back to bite me later on. I'm awash with this stuff.
The Archers is the world's longest-running radio show, with more than 15,000 episodes broadcast. Despite being a rural flavor show, The Archers is recorded in the heart of...
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're really getting into some chaotic source material. We're looking at how things going wrong, realistically speaking, can, well, sometimes lead to unexpected emotional breakthroughs.
Exactly. It's quite a journey, isn't it? We're going from, the freezing conditions of a farm packing shed right into the middle of a bonfire night crisis, and then this surprising rekindling of an old romance.
Yeah. So our mission today is to sort of unpack two instances where plans just completely fell apart. First, this job offer that gets rejected almost immediately.
Right. And second, the sheer drama around what was meant to be a small, home fireworks display, especially compared to the bigger public events.
And the hook, I think, is how fast things unravel. Plans for farm cover, gone in an instant, the fireworks display goes haywire in seconds.
But it's right there in the middle of that mess, that chaos, where the connection actually happens between the characters.
Okay, so let's start with the cold part, the farm labor.
Yeah, the Arctic farm labor.
So Tom and Helen, they're under pressure, right? They need cover at Bridge Farm because they're heading off to Scotland soon, I think the 16th.
That's right, yeah. Deadline looming. So they try to sort it out by asking Mick, from Great Gables.
And the offer seemed pretty reasonable on the surface. It wasn't specialist work or anything, just deliveries, packing veg boxes.
Bagging sprouts, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Whatever hours he could do, basically. And they promised proper pay.
But the key thing was Mick's attitude, wasn't it? He only agreed sort of reluctantly, like it was a neighbor's fault kind of favor.
Exactly. And the job itself, well, low skill maybe, but definitely physical, moving boxes around, following delivery lists. They even showed him how to stack them, carry 3 or 4 at once for the van orders.
It felt like it should have worked. A neighbor helping out, clear instructions.
But nope, total mismatch. He quit, like immediately. Didn't even want paying for the trial day he did.
Wow. That really says something, doesn't it? Refusing payment.
It does. And his reasons were, well, twofold, really. First, he just found the work boring. Simple as that. The repetition, I suppose.
Okay, boredom, fair enough. But the second reason?
The environment. He said the packing shed was Arctic. Couldn't feel his fingers. And that, I suspect, was the real deal breaker.
Right. So the monotony plus the physical discomfort, that combination was just too much.
Seems like it. Especially if you're just doing it as a favor, That goodwill only stretches so far when you're freezing cold and bored stiff.
Yeah, makes sense. So poor Tom and Helen are just back to square one.
Completely. It really highlights how tough it can be to get reliable, temporary help for those, essential but maybe less glamorous jobs. Even with flexibility and neighborly ties, the cold just killed it.
Okay, so from the freezing cold shed, let's shift gears to bonfire night. More logistics, but this time social ones.
Right, and a real contrast in plans here. You got the big organized stuff happening.
Like the bonfire on the green. Tom, Natasha, the girls, Henry, Kill, Jack, they're all planning to go to that.
And Joy's doing the food, isn't she? Since Fallon's away. Something about filled Yorkers with a bonfire night twist. Still not sure what that twist is.
No, me neither. And then later, there's Oliver's display at Grey Gables. Starts at 8:30.
Yeah, more polished, probably. Carly was actually planning to head there eventually, after maybe stopping at the Green first.
But the interesting part, I think, is the smaller scale stuff. What happens at Chris's house?
Definitely. He and Martha, they stay home initially, just having tea before Carly shows up unexpectedly.
She finished work early, right? Last client canceled.
Yeah, exactly. So she pops around, and Chris has really gone to town on the food, bangers and mash, beans.
Oh, and cake. With chocolate sparklers. He's putting in the effort.
He really is. And those little details.
Yeah.
Like knowing Martha loves green jelly, so he made some.
Right. And he even mentions making that two-tone jelly purple and strawberry for Lauren way back when.
It tells you a lot, doesn't it? He's trying to create this perfect, cozy memory for Martha, but he's also thinking about the past. There's a kind of nostalgic element there.
Yeah, the food isn't just food. It's him trying to set up this controlled, safe, happy evening before Carly arrives and, well, shakes things up a bit.
He's aiming for control, yeah. But chaos is just around the corner.
So Carly turns up, And as you said, it's circumstantial. She's lodging with Fallon temporarily, finished early.
Just dropping in, basically.
Yeah.
But her arrival immediately brings up that slight awkwardness, you know, when you run into an ex after a long time.
Oh, totally. They kind of talk around it at first, don't they? Acknowledging it can be a bit weird, not always a walk in the park, as they put it.
Yeah, and they lean hard on how long ago it was. A very long time ago. We were kids. That phrase keeps coming up.
Exploring like kids do.
Right, and liking what we found.
Introducing the Archer's Mug, where elegance meets everyday comfort. Crafted from premium white ceramic, designed with vibrant peekaboo colors inside, simple, modern, and stylish. Start your day the Archer's way, with warmth, familiarity, and the comfort of voices you've come to love. As the stories unfold on the Archers, let this mug become part of your daily ritual, a small reminder of life in Ambridge. Practical for every home, dishwasher and microwave safe. Available in 2 sizes, 11 ounces and 15 ounces, designed to fit your lifestyle. Enjoy your favorite drink in a mug that connects you to Britain's most beloved countryside story, The Archers. For more information and to order your very own The Archer's Mug, follow the link below and make it part of your daily routine.
They're using that kid thing, almost like a shield, aren't they? To sort of explain away the past closeness without really dealing with the present vibe.
Yeah, it's like they're stuck in nostalgia mode, maybe a bit scared to acknowledge anything current.
Which is why Carly's later comment is such a turning point, when she just comes out and says it. I was actually flirting.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just cuts through all the careful talk. Suddenly, it's not about the past anymore. It's about right now.
It confirms what they were probably both feeling but hadn't said, you know?
Yeah.
That it wasn't just old memories floating around. There was actual present-day attraction.
But before they can even really react to that, the fireworks happen.
Big distraction.
Mm.
Or maybe the catalyst.
Well, Chris definitely wanted to make an impression, built this pretty elaborate stand for the fireworks.
Yeah, bought a big half-price variety box, apparently. And those Roman candles the shop assistant raved about. He was going for a proper display.
His controlled moment of celebration. But it goes wrong instantly.
Immediately, the chain reaction he set up just fails. The Catherine wheel doesn't spin, the big yellow finale doesn't go off, nothing.
And Chris, maybe panicking a bit, decides to try and relight it manually. Which is, you know, not ideal.
Not ideal at all.
No.
And that's the crucial moment, because Carly doesn't hesitate. She sees the danger, sees Martha.
And just reacts. Rugby tackles Martha straight to the ground. Pure instinct, gets her out of harm's way before Chris even seems to process it.
Incredible reaction time. But then, after the danger's passed, look at Chris. He completely falls apart.
Oh, the guilt is immense. Calling himself a rotten father, saying he put Martha at unnecessary risk. The firework failure just triggers this huge crisis of confidence for him.
Yeah, it's raw. But Carly steps in again, doesn't she? She reframes it for him. Says that worrying so much about what could have happened actually proves he's the opposite of a rotten father.
Right. It's like this shared danger just smashed through that awkwardness they had earlier. Suddenly, it's not about being exes, it's about shared relief and, well, gratitude.
And the practical outcome is pretty decisive. No more back garden fireworks for them.
Nope. Future bonfire nights are strictly at the green. Safer all round. They even ditched the plan to go to Grey Gables afterwards. The drama was enough for one night.
Understandable. The crisis kind of simplified things, in a way.
It really did, and that post-crisis atmosphere is key, isn't it?
Absolutely. They're not tiptoeing around each other anymore. Carly's there, clearing up the firework mess.
And Chris is just genuinely thankful. Not just a polite, thanks for cleaning up, but deep gratitude for her quick thinking with Martha.
That shared experience creates a different kind of intimacy, which leads to Chris offering her a drink. Wine from the fridge.
Yeah, next to the leftover green jelly. That detail sort of grounds it all again, doesn't it? Back to domestic reality after the high drama.
It does. She opts for the wine. And then, well, the conversation picks right back up, but without the earlier hesitation.
Carly just comes out with it again, confirms she was flirting earlier. No ambiguity this time.
And Chris meets her there. Says he hopes she'll carry on flirting. The danger, the shared relief, it just stripped away all the layers of awkwardness.
Allowed them to be direct.
Yeah.
And then he raises the hypothetical kiss question. When the time was right.
They both just agree. Yes. When the time was right, the answer would be yes. Leaving Chris, as he says, with no choice.
He had no choice. It's amazing, really. The total chaos of the fireworks display, the logistical failure, actually created the perfect conditions for them to reconnect properly, jumped them past potentially months of awkward chats.
One very dramatic evening shortcut.
So when we look back at the sources, we've traced this line from one kind of failure, Mick quitting because the shed was too cold, to another much more dangerous failure, the fireworks misfiring.
Right. And we've seen how those moments of chaos actually pave the way for something positive. In Chris and Carly's case, a real, sincere romantic connection.
Yeah, the central idea seems to be that a crisis, something high stakes like Martha being in danger, it forces an immediate, honest reaction. It just cuts through all the social anxiety, the history, the baggage.
Exactly. It bypasses all the usual polite conversation and gets right to something authentic. It's a powerful way to show characters connecting under pressure.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you, the listener, to maybe chew on. We saw Mick instantly reject that farm job, said it was boring, too cold. But we also know Chris finds his own job in Bampton interesting enough. So considering the sources, what is it that makes essential, maybe repetitive work like packing sprouts for a neighbor fail so quickly in Mick's case? Compared to the jobs people already hold, is it just the environment? Is it about how valuable the task feels? Or is it maybe just about how personally invested you are?
That's a really interesting point. How we perceive and value different kinds of work, especially the essential stuff. Definitely something to think about. Thank you for diving deep with us today.
Until next time.
So, what are you doing now?
Just getting ready for the next episode. Just moving mics around.
So, what do you do?
I do the spot effects on the arches. Any
Are you what we
movements
call Foley then?
and- kind of. Yep.
Okay. And these are all part of the paraphernalia of production.
Yep. That's the ball bar. That's.
This one.
Yep. That's.
Haley so wanted to be in their own place when their baby came. It's due in 2 months. Not much chance of that now. No. I mean, it would have been a stretch for them financially, mind, but I just wish there was something practical I could do to help them, Caroline.
I think The Archers has had this immense popularity over the years, basically because it has always very accurately reflected the reality of life and living in a rural community at whatever